Hey, welcome to another edition of Trash Talk. We do this every week. Why?
Every Tuesday.
Yeah, why do we do it? Because we enjoy it. And we enjoy the fact that you like what we're doing and you're sharing it and you're telling your friends about these two crazy guys every Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock that have these stupid conversations, but it's entertaining.
You know, here's a crazy thought too. Okay. Now that we're kind of we're pretty much out of the pandemic in a sense, and there's more options and all that and more things to do. Here's what's interesting. You realize that the 2-year anniversary of the show is coming up?
It's coming up in the beginning of September.
Holy crap.
No, 2 years we've been doing this nonsense. And we haven't killed each other yet.
No, and we haven't ran out of ideas. We have not run out of. Some weeks are a little difficult on but not really.
and just like the TV shows, some of them are a spin-off of a show that we had done on something else, and we'll continue to do that. Plus, we really enjoy getting the suggestions that you're sending in to us. And you're saying, hey, you guys should talk about this, you should talk about that. And we do. And if you do continue to do that, Brandon's going to send you a Trash Talk sticker.
I do. Yes. We've got some.
Yeah.
I forgot that girl's name that got one recently.
Lauren in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Spartanburg, Lauren. She was our I'm you know what? If you're out there, Lauren, watching and you don't hate us by now, send us where you put that sticker. Go ahead and send it, in the email, or you can go ahead and post it on Instagram, Trash Talk Texas. I think that's our Instagram.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I want to see where you put the sticker. If you guys got stickers, make sure you tag us on social media or just zip over an email so we can tell everybody.
Yeah. You know where I have mine?
Nice.
The back of the phone.
Mine is on my beer fridge.
There you go. See, it's always in some place that's important.
And if you happen to see them around town, I can't say that I stuck them anywhere. I don't know who did that. But.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It must have blown in through the door and just stuck right there.
Yeah.
Right on the cash register or something, Hey, you recently had to do a little bit of bartering and negotiating in order to get into a new place. And it wasn't easy, it wasn't fun, was it?
No. And I don't mind negotiating, and I mean it's annoying, but no, it was not fun. And it's interesting how many people are just like, well, maybe it's just where we live in now and what's going on. They don't even negotiate. They don't even care. They're like, nope. I mean, what happened in the days of being able to, barter and go, hey, look, I got a deal. Let's talk about this. Like, there's always wiggle room. Even when you buy a car and they say there's not wiggle room, right? There's always wiggle room.
Yeah. You mentioned cars. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I know of anybody that walks in and sees a car, sees a sticker price, says, I'll take it. At that price, you all know, you sit there with your calculator and you figure, let's see, what's about 20% off the sticker price, and I'll come back and offer that. And then you go back and forth and you say, okay, well, how about what's the rate going to be if I say throw $500 into the deal? I mean,
right.
You do that. Now, lately with housing, that has gone through the roof. You put your house on the market and you say, I want to sell it for $400,000. And all of a sudden somebody comes by and says, I'll give you $500,000 cash.
It's insane.
And you marked it 400 because you figured, somebody's probably going to offer me 350 and we'll go back and forth.
Nope. And that's the problem I ran into, was I was getting outbid. People were like, well, I'm putting down, this, or I'm going to do 7 months this. And I'm like, I don't know who you guys are, but I can't do that. What is happening? And they don't even care. It's not about like you were first, and they don't even care. I'm taking this guy because he just offered me 5 grand over than what I asked, and you can't do that.
Yeah, or he's going to pay the lease off in full.
Right? I'm like, who
The
are you?
first year in full.
I don't get it.
Hello?
Yeah, right.
But I mean, I used to have a lot of, I always used to like to go to swap shops, these antique places like that they have on the
Oh,
weekends.
yeah.
And look at old antiques, or bottle art or just, artwork and stuff. And, they expect it that whatever the price is, unless you go in and it's a nice piece and it's marked $10 and you say, hey, that's worth $10. I'll take it. But usually you go in and you say to them, I'll tell you what, how about two of them for 15?
Yeah.
And okay, fine, pick out two.
That's like at the garage sales
Yeah.
and yeah, local art shows I go to. Like, I want to support the local artists, but if you got a painting that's $50 and you got another one that's $50 and I'm willing to buy one, like, let's knock off 20 or something.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that's just kind of the society we live in, that we've all just learned that whatever something is marked basically is negotiable?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're at Target and it's $25 and you say I'll give you 20, they're gonna be like, no, it's $25.
Right.
But my thing is, and I've always gone by, it doesn't hurt to ask. I mean, not like at Target, but even like when you're negotiating for a raise, why would you, if you have a number in your head and it's not like completely astronomical, I guess even if it is, why not ask?
Right.
If you set it up here, they're only going to come down and meet you here. So if you've got a bottom line and this is what you're going for, somewhere in the middle, you're doing all right. So why not ask for it?
Listen, I've made it a part of my life that when I go someplace, and it could be a restaurant, it could be a store or whatever, I say to them, do you give a veterans discount or do you have a senior citizen discount?
Well,
And
that's
very
not,
often they say, yeah. I mean, the nursery in the neighborhood and all. I asked them a while back, do you give a discount for seniors or for veterans? Oh, yes, sir. We give 10% off for veterans. They put it in the system. So every time that I go in, I get that 10% off just because I'm a veteran.
that's the way it should be.
I probably never would have got it if I didn't ask for it. And it's always worth. Now, if you're 20 years old and you tell them you're a senior citizen, you might have a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, but hey, it never hurts to ask and always say, hey, listen, what's the price for each item if I buy two? Or how about if I buy three of them, knowing that you're going to use three of them? I mean, if it's a bottle of ketchup or something, you might not be able to get much off, and knowing that you're probably going to not use 12 bottles of ketchup in the rest of your life.
Well, it's all the smaller places too that you have more wiggle room with. But even like there's the opposite side of that too. There's almost the insulting negotiations.
Yeah.
I was selling something online on one of the marketplace or whatever, and I had this girl. Like she saw the price. It's already a good price. I've already come down from what my original price was to begin with. She messages me, I really want it. I can pick it up today. I said, well, I can do it, at this time. She goes, what's your lowest offer? Don't start off a negotiation with me saying, what's your lowest offer? Because I'm already not liking you.
Yeah.
So then I said, well, make me an offer. Tell me what you're going to offer. And she offered me something like $25 cheaper than, and I'm like, I said, no. I said, look, I put it for this price. This is what it's worth. This is what I paid. I already marked it down. No.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, that's all I have. Well, what do you want from me? So move on next,
and it's like you say, it's kind of a cat and mouse game. You could say to her, well, I'll tell you what, I got two other people that are interested in it for the price that I asked. Let me wait and see what they say. If one of them takes it, fine, we're finished. If not, maybe I'll call you back.
I've
And then
done that
all of
before.
us, and then if she really wants it, she'll say, I'll tell you, I'll take it for that price then.
I've done that before with items,
Yeah.
and sometimes it goes one way, sometimes it goes another. I did a hard no though today. I was like, nope.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame that you kind of play that game, but sometimes you play that game. You mentioned if you go to like an art show, not so much an art gallery
No.
that's
No.
got posted, prices on it. But if you go to like an art show or, community play and you see something, most of them have it built in. If they've marked that piece of artwork $100, they know that if they can get 50 for it, that's great. So if it's 100 and you come in and say, would you take 70? Done.
That's why I go to those, and I like going to art shows, and I like supporting local artists. I love it. I usually find some really good pieces. I usually go on the last day towards the end of the show.
You're absolutely right, because they don't want to have to pack it up and take it home. So they're going to be a little bit more willing to do that. You're right. If it's a 3-day show, go day 1 and look, go day 3 to buy.
Yeah, and you might, some of those pieces there, that's the gamble, but some of them are, or sometimes some of them they'll pull out some pieces like, hey, I'm not going to pull this out now until I sell some of these, and then they'll pull out a couple pieces. You might see something else. But I've done some really cool pieces of art, and then subsequently now I follow that artist on social media, and most likely I've ordered something from them again, or have found them at another show. So they're making money and a loyal customer in a sense.
Yeah. Sometimes the bake shops are that way at the end of the day. If they close at 5 o'clock and you go in at 4:30 or 4:45 and they've still got a bunch of pies and cakes sitting there. Sometimes you just say, oh, I really like that cake, but I don't know, $20. Here, it's going to end up in the garbage because they can't resell it the next day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's negotiations and you're negotiating in some sense, and almost everything you do in life, in business and in school. With your kids.
Right. Right. Yeah, we're with kids. I'll tell you what, if you do your homework, I'll let you watch TV an extra hour.
Right. Do this. You can stay up if you do this.
Right.
But this time, like that's my thing with Luke. He likes to stay up late. Well, Dad, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm not. And I'm like, look, buddy, if we brush your teeth now,
right?
No more food, no more nothing. You brush your teeth now. You shut the lights off. You can stay up another 20 minutes. But if you give me a hard time about brushing your teeth, you're going right to bed. Like you're done. Like
right.
See you later.
My father used to say, I'll tell you what, if you take the garbage out, you can live here for another day.
Well,
I'll be right back, Dad. In some cases, there really is no negotiating.
No, that's what
it's like the guy sitting behind you.
Yeah, no, that's what I tell. Sometimes I'll tell him that. He'll be like, well, but Dad, let me ask you something. And I'm going to let you ask me. Yep, here. And he'll ask me, like, no, buddy, this is why. And I don't always do a hard no with him. I usually go, no, not now, yes, later, or something. Because I want him to know, like, this is why we're not doing it now. But there's other times I look at him and I'm like, look, buddy, this is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship, okay? I win, you go to bed. Game over,
Like the old phrase, why? Because I'm the mother and I said so. Oh, okay. My favorite negotiating when we were raising our kids, and Lauren did a great job of this. If she wanted to serve, let's say she wanted to serve meatloaf for dinner, she would say to the kids, okay, we're going to have meatloaf for dinner. Well, the kids would say, oh, I don't want meatloaf. So she would say, I'll tell you what, who wants meatloaf and who wants fish? if the kids didn't really like fish, then they'd say, meatloaf. And she'd say, okay. And with the meatloaf, do you want corn or green beans? Or corn or lima beans or something like that. And they'd say, corn. Well, that's what was in the oven anyway. She was already
Right.
had corn on the stove, and she had meatloaf in the oven.
Right.
But it was that was a way to negotiate to get the kids to say exactly what they were going to get on their plate.
Right. So you're getting this no matter what,
Yeah. But you made it sound like it was their decision, not
That's
yours.
It's all the manipulation game, It's the same thing in sales too. You know what you can get away with, and you make the customer think that they're getting a deal when you were already going to go there in the first place, because that was your negotiating tool. Everybody knows that,
Yeah. And probably the number one place is used car dealers.
Absolutely.
They'll manipulate you into thinking that you got a really good deal, and then they'll go in and the boss says, here's an extra 200. You did a good job in overselling that car.
Absolutely. I mean, I get the game. You got to go in, and it's amazing to me that after all these years, people don't figure that out,
Yeah. Well, but then they come back and they got these things like Carvana,
Carvana.
or what is it? Zoom or something Zoom, where you go online and you find a car and you say, I'm looking for a Mustang or with this and this and this in it. And you find one and you see the price on it and it's not negotiable. You like the price. They say, okay, the deal is we'll deliver it to your house. End of story. So they eliminate the negotiating.
Yeah, or they'll go, okay, you'll deliver your house. Are you selling or trading it in? Then you bring in your car and they'll go, we'll give you X for it. We'll take it off this price. See you tomorrow. I'm okay with that. I got no problem with that. Because if the price is a decent price, and sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, and you're going to deliver the car to me and you're going to pick up my other piece of crap, take it.
Well, they even have a commercial for one of the travel services where you got three guys that walk up to the counter to rent a room for the night, and the clerk says to the first guy it'll be $129, and the other guy holds up his phone and he's got a quote for $99, and then this guy over the third guy says, oh yeah, well my service says it's $79, and the guy that just said okay to $129, he's feeling like real crap.
Well, that's the other negotiation thing, traveling. I just booked something for November, and it's like, okay, when you look at that and if you go directly to the source, ain't no deal. But if you circumvent that and go to some of these other, third party, they'll guarantee, they'll take care of it. They're knocking 30, 40, 50, $100 off the hotel stay. And you're like, why would I go directly to the hotel anymore?
Yeah. Well, and then there's also that thing called lost leaders.
Yes.
They'll tell you, like you can fly from here to New York City or something, $79 each way. And you hurry up, you pick up the phone or you go online and they say, oh, that special price is gone already.
Yeah, it's booked. It's gone.
Yeah, it's already booked. And that, I mean, look, the grocery stores have been doing that for ages. Bread, 29 cents a loaf. You say, oh, 29 cents a loaf, man, I make lots of sandwiches. You get over to the store, you ain't going to walk in and buy a loaf of bread, give them your 29 cents and go home. You're going to walk out with 50 or 60 bucks worth of groceries.
Right. Of course. Yeah. I wish you could negotiate prices at the grocery store.
Well, you know what? They want to think that you are, because, for instance, you buy the name brand, you want to buy the name brand jar of peanut butter and it's $4.50, and the generic brand is only $2.50. Which one are you going to take? And you want to know something? When you spent $2.50 for the generic brand, they probably made a bigger profit margin on the sale of that jar than they would on the name brand.
But that's not negotiate. Like, I want to look at when I see their fruit selection and they're charging, $1.29 a pound for this, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, this is crap. Why don't you cut that in half? Because nobody's paying $1.29. I know you're just going to toss this.
You know what they
Yeah.
tell you to do? Go to the farmer's market this weekend over
That's what I
downtown,
would do.
and you go there, because there you can say,
Yep.
okay, that it's so much. How about if I buy a dozen ear of corn instead of 4?
Yeah.
Oh,
What do
okay.
you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what that's how you negotiate.
Yeah.
Of course, there's no negotiating with this show. It is what it is.
It is. Yeah. We can't change it. I
I
don't
know. The price is free, and that is not
It is.
negotiable.
It's true. It's every Tuesday. You can stream it and listen to it. You can go to any social media. I mean, I don't think, I've said it a time and time again, there is some version of trash talk on every social media platform out
Yeah. I mean, we are the original. We are on what, 30 platforms. We're seen in 50 countries around the world. Well, maybe 45 countries, because you've gotten knocked out of a few.
there. Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah.
Yeah. But almost anywhere you go, you're going to find trash talk. And
Absolutely.
and if you write to us and tell us that you like trash talk, you might get a trash talk sticker.
Give you some stickers. I definitely want to hear, we want to hear feedback. We love that. We love to hear, good and bad, constructive criticism, funny things, ideas. It's really cool when you get like an idea, even if it's just a comment, like somebody leaves a comment and you're like, ooh, that could be a good idea for a show. And then we, spawn off of that. So yeah, we got a lot of ideas coming. We hope you guys like them and continue to support.
And stay tuned, because we may even surprise you with a guest on one of our upcoming shows. It's in the works right now, folks.
We've been known to do that. So.
Yes, we have, and we've enjoyed every minute of it. So stay tuned. Come back again next week, and we'll show you what we got.